So I just went and picked up the mail, and I got a parcel from a fan. So let's open this bad boy up and see what the hell is in it. Here got some Murphy's Law Amber Ale. And I got a patch from the Navy squadron he works for. It's from Buddy Lee, long-time subscriber of mine. He says, here's some of the Murphy's Law Amber Ale I told you I would send. It comes from Smart Mouth Brewing Company, which is one of the 3 or 4 local breweries we have in the area. This beer I'm sending you is my new favorite beer. I know you're a Pilsner guy, so I hope you enjoy this beer as much as I do. Sorry I couldn't get the Safety Dance Pilsner out to you, but I didn't feel comfortable sending a growler bottle through the mail. Give me a shout when you get this, so I know Customs isn't getting drunk on my dime. As always, keep up the great work. Thanks for the videos. Thanks for the quick replies to my questions and advice I've asked for. Buddy Lee. Here's a command patch for the Navy squadron I work for. Not sure what you do with it, but I thought I'd throw it in there. That's pretty darn cool, I tell you. I'll have to find something for it. So I'm going to put an annotation right there, and you can check out Buddy Lee's YouTube channel and his videos. But he's been a great guy. Like I said, he's been subscribed to me for a long time, and you know, he's always asked me questions. I've always been willing to help him out, so I really appreciate the beer. But slide this bad boy back into place. Make sure everything is lining up because there's a pin in there. The pin in there has to go through this hole. So when you stick it in, make sure that she lines up. And then we'll Alright, we're screwing around with Kerri's brakes because the proportioning valve wasn't working properly. We could bleed the front brakes, but the rear brakes were getting nothing, and I pulled the line off, and it's starting to drip now. But what we did is that we suspect there was some shit built up inside, so we removed this front portion here and took it all apart, and now it seems to be bleeding off. So hopefully now we can get the rear brakes to work. Alright, this is what we're dealing with right now. That rear bleeder screw is stripped, so I got an easy out on it, and we're just gravity bleeding into the jug because we had issues with that proportioning valve, and fuck, this is taking forever. Holy shit, a simple job turned into a shit show. The brake master cylinder we swapped out, and then for some reason we weren't able to bleed the rear brakes because the proportioning valve was stuck. Now normally you could pop it, and you know, we tried every method. We bled the front, no go, no go, and then what had happened is that, you know, even though the proportioning valve was stuck and wasn't allowing fluid to go to the rear, it didn't activate the switch to tell you that the brake was bad. So something inside was jammed. So I took the front off where the line went to the rear because we weren't getting any brake fluid to the rear. And the first time I took it off, it wasn't nothing too special because I was able to get it on and off. And then the second time, Kerri said, well, maybe that rod can pop out. So I'm like, okay, well, let's give it a try because we're hooped, because the dealership said it's about 7 days to get a new one. So we took it apart again, and that rod just kind of sits in there, and I pulled it out, and then all of a sudden the fluid started draining out. And then when we went to go stick it back in, it was extremely hard to get that cap back on because I'm exerting force against that spring. So that rod was stuck. So once we got it back inside, and I managed to get it tightened up, then the fluid started to bleed through to the rear lines. Then we were able to get that done. But you know, when you're fucking around, and you know, I didn't realize the proportioning valve was only a Mopar part. So she's on her way home now. We double checked her brakes, everything is bled, and she took it for a quick spin around the neighborhood first, and she said, you know, the brakes seem to be working all right. So once she gets home, she'll know. And I said, keep your eye on that, maybe possibly order that part, because if the proportioning valve drops out, it may have issues with, you know, either the rear brakes locking up, or you might just be breaking off the front, so it's something you're definitely gonna have to check out. So keep an eye on it, maybe order that part, because something was definitely screwed up, because there was a lot of shit and gunk in the master cylinder, and I'm gonna be doing a video on that, taking that apart as well. But fuck, it's time to get cleaned up. We didn't get a chance to do the axle. Gonna go head over to my buddy Derek's for Thanksgiving supper tonight at 5 o'clock. So there we go. Oh man, what a fucking day. Kick back with the motherfucking beer time and get ready to go for some Thanksgiving fucking dinner. Trevor's coming back, so hopefully his project goes a little smoother. We've had the front end apart before, so we're only gonna do the coil spacers and the transfer case drop hopefully tomorrow, because he's only got like 4 hours. But we'll see how that's gonna fucking fly. Anyways, motherfucking beer time. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Alright, today is Sunday morning. I'm a little bit hungover. Trevor's all back, and we're gonna do coil spacers in the front and hopefully a transfer case drop in his Jeep, so we'll get that all set up. Just as so. Just use a spring compressor. We got it in place right now. We're going to back off the bolts by hand and then get the compressing tools out. To eliminate the driveline vibration, we're going to stick this Dynastar transfer case drop kit in, and that'll bring the drive shaft angles a little bit better. I'm not going to do a video on this because it's pretty simple. You just remove 6 bolts, put the hockey pucks in, and away you go. There we are right there. Got the transfer case drop in place. He's got some 31s he's going to stick on his Jeep now that we got that budget lift to put in. I think the only 2 things left to do on this is the rear shocks. We're going to do it another day because those are going to be a nightmare, and probably sway bar links. And he should be good to go. But I think those 31s are pretty aggressive. They should look pretty nice on the Jeep once they're fucking put on. Alright, it's motherfucking beer time with Trevor. Yeah. Oh, well, that went pretty good. We had expected maybe up to 4 hours to do those jobs for Trevor because of coil spring spacers and the transfer case drop kit, because you never know. In fact, those bolts could be seized and nuts could break off inside the frame. You know how that shit goes, but both jobs went smoothly, and of course, there's no point doing a video on the transfer case drop. That's so fucking simple. It's not bleeping Jeep here. I'm getting away from all that easy shit. Fucking once the new format of the videos roll out, there's gonna be no more easy projects on my main channel. This is gonna be for the more technical kind of work, and also some more shit. So my channel's gonna take a different direction, where my secondary channel is just gonna have, you know, easy fucking projects and some other shit behind the scenes, or I'm testing and, you know, figuring out stuff for the main channel. But anyways, yeah, I think that's gonna be it for my weekend video. I already had a motherfucking beer time. I'm hungover as fuck today. I didn't really feel too bad when I got up, but you know, spending time with some friends and stuff that you haven't seen for a long time. Beers are going down way too damn smooth, and fucking woke up this morning, it's like, oh fuck. Got that job done with Trevor, and then Kerri's coming back tomorrow. We're doing the axle seal on the Dana 44. So I've never done an axle seal on Dana 44, but it should be quite the process, pulling out the axle, pressing a new bearing in on the axle, all that bullshit. But I'm gonna get going. If you guys have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, thanks for motherfucking watching.